Malachite came to us for some re-education early on in his riding career. He'd been started and ridden for around 6 weeks, but through a succession of experiences that caused him to feel fearful, he became unrideable. He could not be mounted and had bucked his rider off on the last ride before he had come to us. As Malachite was such a fearful horse, his preparation included a lot of training from the ground and also trailer loading. Information on these techniques are covered in more detail in the video. It all starts from the ground and trailer loading techniques. Malachite features in the video trailer loading techniques. After this preparation from the ground, as he was a horse that required strong leadership both from the ground and in the saddle, Malachite was ridden on accurate patterns with a strong focus.
Malachite's a very, very fearful big horse. He'd been ridden for quite a little while now, but the riders must have been just sneaking rides on him. The last time the rider rode the horse, Malachite took fright, bucked quite violently and hurt the rider. When he came, they could not get on the horse. Malachite was so fearful of the human that he got to a stage where he wouldn't allow the human anywhere near himself. Can I rub him all over? Go right over my horse? Can I use my tools? Rub him all over? Use my stick and the string? Just to see how gentle Malachite is today. That was pretty good. Now, once he can, at a standstill he's gentle, now see if I can just send my horse, and can he cope with all the activity at the walk. Malachite's licking his lips there nicely. When a horse licks his lips, he's digesting a thought. He's thinking about what's happening to him. See if I can wrap up those legs. What's his reaction? I never asked him to go forward. So just stay at the walk there, Malachite. Disengage the hindquarter and see if I can send him the other way. Follow a feel, but just walk please, Malachite. Just walk please. And just walk. So to the offside, he's still a bit more fearful than the near side. And just walk please. Now trot my horse off. Now bring him back to a walk. You can wiggle the rope and just see if he'll walk with the string over his back. Now can I toss the string and maintain the walk? This is always a good sign. Don't change direction, don't change gait, watch where you're going and don't act like a prey animal, please, at higher and higher levels of energy. At the standstill, a lot of horses can cope with activity. At the walk, some horses can cope with activity. The trot and the canter, horses like Malachite tend to get scared of their own movement, let alone the rider and our tools, And then the environment is a big one. So Malachite's coping okay to the offside. See if I can wrap those back legs up. Now that's interesting. As soon as he felt any pressure around his legs, he decided to perhaps break into the next gate. Slow him down at the walk. Just see if I can just put that string over his back. Up into a trot, please, Malachite. He's a lovely big horse, very talented horse. Now can Malachite cope with a bit more energy with the human, with his own movement, and with the tools. Give him a longer lead rope. Can he cope with the environment as well? And can I stop my horse? Thank you, Malachite. Can I send my horse the other way and trot my horse off? Now Malachite's going okay. He's settling down, he's relaxed, he's maintaining direction, maintaining gait. He's not running from the stick or the string. He's listening to me as a partner, and he's relaxing by, his head's not lowered, but he's still licking his lips nicely. And can I stop Malachite by putting energy at the hindquarter? Thank you, Malachite. Another big one. Can I back my horse up? As you can see, Malachite's a bit scared of the back up, so I'll just do a bit more of it. Whoop. A back up is a really good one to do. Backwards and sideways. So I'm just going to test my horse here. And don't forget, guys, the leader or the alpha, whatever word you want to use, has the ability to move the herd's feet in any direction, at any time, at any speed. So I'm just trying to show Malachite here that I am the leader of the herd, and the herd being two, Malachite and myself. The less I move my feet, and the more he moves his feet, I'm proving to Malachite that I can move the herd's feet at any time, any direction, any speed. Can I stop my herd? Yes. Can I back my herd's feet up? Yes. Can I move my herd this way? Yes. Can I trot my herd? Yes. So now what I haven't tested is, can I go sideways? Can I move my horse or my herd in a sideways motion? I want his hindquarter to catch up. Yes. And now back my herd up. Yes. Can I move the herd sideways? Yes. Come on, Malachite, come and get saddled up. So Malachite trained the humans not to ride him. He had about 6 weeks of work after being started, and when he arrived here to be restarted, he felt as though that he hadn't been touched. So there was something lacking there in his original starting process. Malachite was very scared of the saddle, extremely scared of the stick and the string, absolutely petrified of the plastic, and not too impressed by the humans, or human. Righto. Thanks, Malachite. That was a big improvement. Just see if we can send Malachite out again after we saddled him up. Always send your horses after you put the saddle on. Don't just get on them. Have your horse stretch their rib cage, stretch the belly, that bit of skin underneath there, underneath the girth. Just make sure a horse can stretch out. Righto, so I've saddled up, I've sent my horse. Now what I'm going to do is adjust the girth, one more hole, and when you girth your horse up, put your left hand just on the wither, right hand on the girth, and at the same time we lift up, I want you to push down with your left hand. This steadies the human, but also it takes the pressure off just lifting up on their belly. Push down and lift, down and lift. It just takes away a bit of that pressure from just going. I want you to push down and lift. Try and meet the pressure with the pressure. Righto, now I can send Malachite again. Now it's always advisable for a horse to go over a little jump or over a ditch, up an embankment. This allows the horse to stretch their ribcage even more. That little bit of a jump there was enough to just to stretch his ribcage, and that jump there. He would have felt the girth under his belly. And again. Thank you, Malachite. Bit fresh today, mate. Both ways. Can I send my horse around? Both ways. Allow Malachite to express himself. Now one last little test before I get on this big horse. I'm going to check my girth. Yes, my girth's tight enough. Can I move his hind quarter? Yes, thank you. Can I move his front end around? Thank you. Can I move him backwards? Yes, thank you. Can I move him sideways? As you know now, we got to do it to both sides. Now there, he was evading me, so I'm going to rub him until he stops. So rub him until he stops. Tip his head back towards me. Rub till he stops. When a horse blows like that, sometimes it's disrespect. Sometimes he's not really sure. But I'd say Malachite there was just testing, just saying to me, I don't totally respect you. Move his hind quarter. Move his hind quarter and rub this big horse. Move his front end. Thank you. Backwards. Thank you. And can I go sideways? Thank you. Righto. Now a horse like Malachite, I haven't ridden him, I've given him 1 day off. So I'm just going to go back and treat him with a lot of respect with 1 day off. Don't just get on your horse and hope for the best. Use approach and retreat. If you can cope with the girth flapping or the stirrup iron flapping, great. And I always like to move my horses forward. I don't like horses frozen to the ground. When I say frozen to the ground, I don't want my horses to brace and get heavy on the ground. I'll explain more in a second. Can Malachite cope with me bouncing? 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. And move their feet. What scares a lot of horses is when you actually get on and you cross your leg over to the other side. When a horse sees you on one side and then all of a sudden sees you on the other side. So big Malachite here has got to get used to seeing me out of both eyes. Thank you, Malachite. I like that when he moved his feet. Now that was a reaction, but at least he sorted it out for himself. And move their feet. Bounce, lock, leg over, and the first thing we do here is try and do nothing. But I'm going to make sure I bend this horse. Bend this horse and rub on him. Aware that I'm going to be friendly. And just remember, the leader or the alpha has the ability to move the herd's feet. Also, the leader and the alpha has the ability, don't participate in nonsense, all the emotions, unnecessary emotions. So here, I'm not going to allow Malachite to change my focus and participate in his anxiety. What I will do now is, can I move his feet? Yes. I can move those hindquarters. Before I straighten my horse out, I'm going to always make sure I keep a positive, well, I like to call it a positive banana. I want a banana shape in my horse, and I want my horse to bend around my left or my inside leg, and have my horse keep the shape of a banana. Keep bent around my inside leg. So can I now move his hind quarter under him to stop him? Thank you. When I can, I'll rub on this big horse. Don't participate in his emotion. Righto. Bend him back the other way. He's just tried to change my focus. Now that blowing's interesting. I gave him the benefit of the doubt before, but that blowing now is, it's emotion, it's anxiety, but also he's saying to me, I'm going to test your focus, test your leadership. Don't participate. Malachite, yeah, mate, there was an animal, but I'm not going to participate in that nonsense. Righto, I bent him to the left. Can I bend him to the right? Yes. Wait until his feet stop. Now move his hind quarter under him. Now stop his feet from moving. Now move his hind quarter. Do not allow the horse to straighten through his body. Hind quarter. Yes. And try and walk them forward by putting leg pressure on, but keeping the bend. Now what I'm going to try and do is keep a positive banana to the right, and I'm going to try and put my inside leg on and roll my horse out of the circle, but maintain the bend around my right leg. And every now and then I'm going to check in, can I control my horse by shifting his hind quarter under him and stopping my horse. And don't participate in his emotion. Righto, walk my horse off. Try and, what I call, float your hands. Stay strong in your position. Have your hands so they can float wherever you want your hands to go. So you stay strong, so you're independent, but your hands float. Can I bend Malachite back to a stop? And hold the bend. More bend, please. When you bend, you give that outside rein forward. More bend, please. Thank you. There he's braced up. He's heavy, I should say, in the hand. At least he's licking there. Move his hind quarter under him. And back to holding the bend. Keep his feet still. Thank you, Malachite. Can I bend him to the right? But try and keep his feet still. There he's heavy in the hand, what I call brace through the neck, through the jaw. So to unbrace him, I'm going to just move his hind quarter and just see if he'll go lighter in the hand. Leg on. When he goes soft, release the bend. And big rubs. Righto. So as you can see, Malachite isn't very trusting. He's still a bit anxious. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to see if I can get him moving forward. Just move him forward. Float my hands. Get up off his back. He breaks into a canter. I never asked for the canter, so I'm going to bend him back to a stop. I never asked for the canter, so bend him back. Move his hind quarter and walk him forward out of the bend. I'm going to say, back on your circle, please, Malachite. Just maintain the trot. Never asked for the canter. Never asked for the canter. And then just see if I can bend Malachite back and yield him sideways. When I can do this, I might just finish by backing Malachite up. Big rubs. Ride him forward. and rub on him. Go the same way until he settles. It's very important to have a good strong focus and ride accurate patterns. I've got a few witches hats here on the ground. Bend him back to a stop. I never asked for the canter. I beg your pardon. Ride him forward. Up into a trot. All this bowing and trying to break gait, he's just trying to test my leadership and my focus. He just made a change then, a softening. As I ride past the cameras, he's getting a little bit, his ears are going, a bit agitated. That's okay. You've got to cope. Never asked for the canter. Bend him back. Move his hind quarter under him. Just say to the horse, hang on mate, this is still a team, righto? This is still a team. Don't take control of the team. That blow was disrespect. When he settles on the circle, stop your horse. And rub him. Righto, this is interesting. Can we now walk? That blow was just expressing his opinion, and again, and the backup, I'm asking him to go forward. He's just going to test me. Don't participate at another test at tossing the head, moving sideways, getting cranky. And again, I'm just asking my horse to go straight. That's all I'm asking him to do. So far, he's done everything in his power to not go straight. That's horses for you. Horses test your focus. Mate, just go there, please, Malachite. Don't go over there, and don't do that. Just go straight. Don't toss your head, please. Don't dive off and get cranky. Now he's locked his feet, that's dangerous. Hind quarter for control. And ride him forward. Thank you. That's all I wanted him to do. And preferably stay at the walk. So all that nonsense and carry on, if we allow our horse to change our focus, if it was a game of football, he's just won the first half. Or just scored a try. So we can't allow that to him change our focus. I'm going to stop where he played up last time. This time on 2 reins. Thank you, Malachite. And now ride him forward. I'm going to use that little bit of a sticky spot back there to score my own points. Now, trot him off. Maintain, same as online. I want him to maintain gait, maintain direction, watch where he's going, and do your best to not act like a scared prey animal. Now this time I'm just going to sit back, inside leg, inside rein, hold the outside rein, a bit of support, and go sideways on the track that I've been trotting around, sideways on the circle, and look towards the middle of the track. I might finish by backing my horse up and then riding straight back on the track. That's just all focus testing. Now I haven't even gone to the right yet. There's no point going to the right until I get my left right. My left right and my right left. Now there's no point changing direction until I can actually cause a positive result. So if I can't trot around there in a relaxed manner, don't change direction. He's just started to lower his head a fraction. He's just started to lower his head. Give him a loose rein, give him the responsibility to cope. There. Now that bit of a shake of the head, that was a relaxed shake. He just licked his lips. That was a positive. Lowering his head down like that is a positive. He's relaxing. He just had a bit of a chew again. I'll just go back on the track again. Trot off, Malachite. Now there, he's made a change. That last stop, when horses learn, it's when you stop doing what you've just done. Stop doing what you're doing and give them time to think about it, or what we call soak time. This circle is a lot softer. He's hitting the ground soft. He's softer in the hand. He's moving off my leg better. He's keeping more of a positive shape, a positive banana. Now this is nice. Inside leg, inside hand, bend my horse, go sideways on the circle, finish by looking at the middle of the circle, which is my jump there, and this time just reward him. Reward as soon as you can, but that was a nice try. This is the important time. The important time is The important time is when you give the horse time to think about what he's just done. This is the soak time. Allow him to stretch and to think. So you can't beat soak time. The more time you just stand here and soak, allow your horse to think about it, the better they'll learn, and the more they'll learn. So before I change my circles to the right, I'm going to just see if my horse can just trot around here in a nice, relaxed manner and stay soft, and just see if it starts to lower down. So I'm going to ask my horse just to trot off straight away. Bad focus on my behalf. And just see if my horse will start to lower his head. Just there, he's made a change. Just there. Just there. So just there, he's relaxing, he's reaching forward. A good time just to sit down and ask my horse to stop, go sideways on the circle, and look at the middle of the circle. Now I've just prepared him on the ground, saddled him up, got on him, and I haven't changed direction once. To me, there's no point changing direction until I get the horse relaxed going one way before I change direction. So what I'm going to do now is rub on him and just ask Malachite now, perhaps just go around to the right. Turn to my left. And trot him off to the right. We may have to do this whole procedure all over again to the right now. We may not as well. He feels a lot more relaxed. Same again. Accurate patterns. Stay on the same pattern you've developed. So it's important for me to maintain my focus, have this big horse maintain gait and direction, watch where he's going, and please don't act like a scared prey animal. Sit down, inside leg, inside rein, Go sideways on the circle. And try and finish by looking at the middle of the circle. Back your horse up if they push on the circle. And ride him forward back on the circle. That blowing is still a test. He's just testing my focus. Same thing again. Sit here for a long time. Back him up. Ride him forward back on the track. Now this time, can I walk my horse on the track? Sometimes we can start at the walk and build up into the trot and then the canter. Other times we can start at the trot and come back to the walk. Sometimes you've got to start at even higher levels of motion to bring them back. But if you could start at the walk and build up to it, that's the best way to go. Now he's stretching his head. Stay on the track, please. See if I can just do another circle at the walk. Try and stay on the track, Malachite. When I go to my second circle, I'm going to ask my horse to trot on or trot off, depends where you come from. Now I haven't cantered my horse yet, and I've been riding him for, I suppose about half an hour. Haven't once cantered him. Don't be in a hurry to canter your horse, especially a horse like Malachite. Test, sit back, inside leg, inside rein, go straight and go sideways on the circle. And have him finish by looking at the jump. Now the higher levels of energy, the more they can brace. So I'm going to avoid the horse pushing on me. I still want to get a respectful stop and a respectful yield and still maintain the same track. Continue to dig that ditch mentally, emotionally and physically. And stop, don't push on me. Now go sideways, please. And finish by looking at the jump. He's pushed here on the circle, so I'm going to back him up and finish where I want him to finish. Now if you wanted to stay here for 5 or 10 minutes, you could. Of course, we've got to do both ways. Test both ways. Now malachite, don't run through me. The energies come up. Stay strong with your focus. Into a trot. Into a canter. Wrong lead. Sit back. Correct lead. I wouldn't allow my horses, if you ask for a right lead and I give you a left lead, to me that's perhaps not listening to the alpha. Back on the track. And inside leg, inside rein, go sideways on the circle. And finish by looking at the jump. He pushed on the circle, so I'm going to ask him to back up a couple of strides. And I'm going to finish today's session with this horse, but I'm not going to finish at the canter. I'm going to take him right back to the walk and just see if he'll walk around here on a loose rein and not break gait or direction. And still maintain the track. Nice long loose rein. Pick up the rein, turn my horse, and don't break into a trot. Can I, to the right, he gets a bit more anxious. Give him a loose rein to the right. Ride my horse into the centre of the arena, of the circle. And this is the time where he feels good, he feels relaxed. Those last 5 minutes, that was his learning time. Before all that, there's a lot of nonsense. Now he was sent to me because mounting was a big issue. But as you can see, mounting isn't the issue, it's his overall being scared. But what I'm going to do now is, can I mount him up and down as much as I can. So capitalise on all that good work that we've just done. Bit of bend. Hold the bend. Big handful of mane. This time when I mount him, rub him all over with your leg. Have him be able to cope with Uncle Peter on Boxing Day after a belly full of beer. Isn't it amazing how there's always an uncle that wants to ride your horses on Boxing Day? So if Uncle Pete rides this horse this Christmas, I want him to be able to cope. G'day there, this is my horse Sid. I bought Sid recently. He was very similar to Malachite. When Sid came to me to be trained, he was as scared and as dangerous as Malachite. What I'm going to show in the rest of this video is how I actually softened my horse by just having my horse move sideways on the circle and have my horse yield from the leg. The alpha or the lead horse or the lead human has the ability to move the herd's feet in any direction at any time at any speed. So sideways on the circle is a very good exercise to do for horses, to build horses' confidence and to build horses to accept the rider's leg and to move into the outside rein. Initially we just try and get the hind quarter under, and that proves to the horse that we're in control of the horse's movement. I'm just going to go out there and show you with Sid. He's a 9-year-old Irish cross thoroughbred horse. I'm just going to try and show you what I've been working on with Malachite. So I'm going to pick up the rein, lift, slide, separate, then have my horse move off my right leg and then go sideways on the circle. If he gives me softness and soft feel, fantastic. Give him a loose rein and trot my big horse off. He's a little bit looking at the jumps there, that's okay. So try and give him a total loose rein. Now I'm going to pick up on the rein, sit, my inside leg goes on, and ask my horse to move off my leg and encourage him to give me softness. And I might hold the softness a bit longer this time. Ask my horse to trot up. Go sitting, move off that leg, inside leg, and have him move into the outside rein and finish by looking at the circle, middle of the circle. So can I canter my horse on the circle, pick up the rein, ask my horse to soften and then move off my leg and finish by looking at the middle of the circle. It's very important to have the ability to allow your horse to go on a total loose rein, as well as to pick up on the reins and ask for softness. If he pushes, don't be sucked in to think he's pushing with the shoulder. He's pushing with the hind quarter. Tap the hind quarter out and the front end will become light. And pick up the reins, ask for some softness, and go sideways on the circle. So here my inside leg is keeping my horse wrapped around me, and I'm trying to push him up and have him have a little bit more weight in my outside hand. And big rub. So that little exercise that we've just been doing for Malachite and Sid, initially it's to prove to the horse that we're in control of their feet by being in control of their emotions, their mental thoughts and their physical movement. Then down the track with more advanced horses, it will really help a horse soften off the leg and soften in the hand. Sitting. Down the track, transitions. The more transitions that we can do, transitions build impulsion. Blow out and go sitting. Here I'm going to ask the horse to move off my leg over to the track. Reward the horse by getting off his back. Go sitting trot. Hind quarters off the track. Back on the track. Now the front leg's off the track. Go rising. Sideways over to the track. Hind quarters off the track. Now a little bit of shouldering to finish off to a soft canter. Same again. Move him off the track in the canter. Say thank you very much, Sid. Come back. Square halt.